Hey, hope all is going fantastic. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Life is truly good. Um, couldn't ask for anything more. My health, I'm grateful. My life, everything that happens, everything that has transpired up to this point, I am truly grateful for. Hope you are doing the same. Um, I thought a lot about planning something to say here, but that's not what Heart Speak is about. Heart Speak is just about allowing my heart to filter um, out what it feels like I need to hear and what everyone else needs to hear. So, without further ado, the thing that I'm getting right now is heart before ego. Heart before ego. And what's interesting is I use this as a prayer a lot of times, because it's so easy to fall back into ego. And so, just in case you're not really familiar with what ego is basically the thing that is built inside of us human beings that keeps us wanting. That's how I like to define it. It keeps us wanting. Everything is never good enough when it comes to ego. And I was doing some writing. I remember saying, this kind of came to mind right now, ego says you aren't enough, you'll never have enough, you'll never be enough. And then the heart center says you are enough, you've always had enough, and you will always be more than enough. And so just by flipping the script on one, we open ourselves to the other that has so much infinite capacity to expose us to what the universe wants us to experience in this human experience that we're having. So, whenever I say heart before ego, what I'm asking the divine is that help me to connect, not only to connect, but to act more from the heart space. Because when we're acting from the heart space, we're basically moving in love, And another thing, once again, something else is popping up that I feel like you need to know. I personally, and I have to do this all the time, just so I don't forget, It's gotten a lot better over the years, but, certain situations, actually all situations I come in contact with, I tell myself either silently or out loud, I choose love. I choose love. And so what that means is that's basically an indication that love is the highest order in every situation. Love is where we want to get to. Love will help us get to where we need to be, which is, our very best, our highest good. So I use that also, and that kind of ties in more or less to heart before ego. And so, ego is tricky because we need it to a degree to help us progress through life and go after certain things. But there's a fine line between, being motivated and being driven to do something and just flat out blocking everything out and just focusing on yourself and what you feel like you need. Now, I'm not saying this is you, or I'm not saying this is like what you're going through, but in all cases, we've all been at a point to where the ego has driven us to only care about our needs. And the only trouble with that is we step out of the flow of the universe. We step out of the divine current that moves to make all things work together perfectly. Okay? And so that's what you want to kind of strive away from. If you're consistently feeling out of alignment, you're consistently feeling like, oh, well, I need to do this before they do, then you're probably operating from the ego. One great thing to think about it, or one great way to think about it, is if you are in a space, if you're in a position to where you feel like you need to get to something before somebody else does, you feel like something is going to run out, you feel like you're in competition with anyone else, you're operating from the ego perspective, okay? And it's not anything bad, but it's definitely something that we need to change. Because when we operate from the heart perspective, we're operating from abundance. We're operating from creativity. We're operating from the standpoint of, you know what? I have so much on the inside that I am overflowing. And because I'm overflowing, I can give to other people. You know, case in point, I can sit here and do a video to try and teach and help people who are trying to progress along their spiritual journey, because I feel like because I live from my heart, I'm overflowing. And I have that to offer to whoever is receptive in receiving it. So, you know, we just have to make sure, one, that we're practicing mindfulness. And mindfulness comes in because mindfulness is basically just living moment to moment. If we can live moment to moment, we can place ourselves in a position to receive what the heart wants to give to us. I never like to plan any videos of late. I never like to plan anything. You know, I've always done interviews. And, you know, for me, I'm always like, never tell me the questions that you're going to ask. And the reason I say that is because I love to answer in the moment. I love to see what my heart's going to say when it's spaced with a situation or a question or an instance, because I know that at that moment, if the heart speaks, it's completely organic, it's completely authentic, and it's likely going to be something that people can learn from. And the same goes with this. And so to kind of wrap it up, when you're living heart before ego, you're opening yourself to the moment. See, the only time we ever get in trouble is when we start living in the past. But if we can live in the moment, if we can embrace what's happening right now and accept what the heart gives us, accept what the universe gives us, and also choose love, we can progress in life in ways that we've never imagined. What happens is when you start living from a place like this, everything starts to accelerate. Where you may have been feeling like you were slower in some instances, it starts to speed up, because that's what the heart does. The heart can see everything. It's connected to the universe. So past, present, future, everything is happening right now. And when you have that spectrum at your disposal, it shows you in the most loving, caring, easy way possible what direction to move in, what direction to take. And it comes down to being as simple as heart before ego. I choose love. So, with that being said, I'm kind of running out of time, but thank you definitely for joining me today and just taking the time out to be with me. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next segment of Heart Speak. This is kind of cool because I never get a chance to do a video looking all homely and stuff. And I'm figuring, like, why not? It's not about me. It's not about how cute I look on camera. It's not about any of that. It's just about the information that wants to come through, that wants to channel itself through and help you out. Yeah, let's do it. Even the vent behind me, it's like, oh, normally, oh, we can't have that in the video, but you know what? Who cares? I mean, it blows heat, it blows air. We need it. It's a part of life. It is what it is. But hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon. Take care.